guys. This is Jamie K from the Jungle Room podcast, and I am hijacking my brother's show, the CTS Interview Room, because I do it better. And with me today is...
No, Jamie. This is still my show. You're not hijacking a damn thing. This is my show. I do the openings.
But I do it better.
Who says?
Everyone says. And also my subscribers and my fan base.
Oh, okay. You're gonna throw that at me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that your 5 listeners love you too, but.
Oh, you're a comedian today. Since you're so good at it, why don't you introduce our guest?
I was trying to do that before I was interrupted, and I am excited about these next guests. You're going to edit that out, right? I am excited about this next.
Because you're so much better than I am.
All right. I'm excited to introduce this next guest because I love music, and this guy knows music too. It is the lead singer to the Dirty Thirties, Brett Shupe. How are you, Brett?
Hey, I'm good. And you actually pronounced my last name right. Most people don't.
Well, unlike my brother, I went to college.
Ooh.
I went to college.
No, wait, we're not talking about the time that you went to college just to go to the vending machines, because totally different. Anyway, let's get started with this show and have a discussion with Brett. Brett, I want to know how you guys got started with the Dirty Thirties.
So basically, me and a couple guys went to college together. I'm currently in a program for animation, but so these guys were in the program. One of them actually dropped out, funny enough. But we were really good friends, and we were really connected on we just liked the same music. We had the same kind of ideas, and luckily enough, we all kind of wanted to make a band, so we did it. And yeah, it's been like about a year to 2 years of just like constant. I don't know. It just feels really satisfying to be creative in this way, I find.
Right. Who would you say is your biggest musical inspiration?
That's kind of a hard question for me because I have so many. Like I love a lot of like 90s rock, and I love a lot of current day like alternative stuff. Like 21 Pilots is pretty good, and like the White Stripes are like awesome. That's like my favorite alternative band. But yeah, from 90s rock, like our like second record we did was basically like an homage to like grunge and like Nirvana and like all those bands, right?
Right. All right. So for everyone who is watching this right now who has not heard of you and your music, can you tell us what your genre of music is that you guys play?
So we try to stick with rock, but we also so we don't really stick to one genre, which is pretty cool. Like I find we don't if we want to do like something super poppy, we'll do something super poppy. If we want to do something super like metal or whatever, we'll do that. But like it's just wherever it takes us. So really there's something for everybody in our music, because there's just like as I said, no genre. Like if you like one of our songs, you might hate another. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Hey, Brett, this is Joey, the host of the CTS Interview Room Sunday interview.
What's up, Joey?
Nothing much, man. Hey, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, me too.
You got any? It's a pleasure meeting yourself.
No. I meant you, but sure. Yeah, I'll go for myself too.
Okay.
I'm not
so.
that bad.
Let me ask you this: you got any live show stories that the groupies or something like that you want to share?
Oh
with
yeah, that
the
kind of stuff. Yeah, no, it's kind of weird. So we play like live shows at like bars and stuff in Ottawa, and with like places like that, Toronto areas, And we've never really, like, we've had really good crowds, but we never really had like unbelievably like wow moments in concerts. Like the only concert stories I could probably give are like after the show, like like people being like hammered out of their mind and being kind of funny and like throwing up all over the place and stuff like that. Like not really pleasant stuff, but you know, the party scene, you know, it's a lot of people like have too many drinks or whatever. So, you know, that kind of turned me off of drinking, honestly. Like, not that other people, not that that's like an issue, you know what I mean? Like other people can do it if they want to. I just find like, I don't know, just seeing like a bunch of people vomit in front of me because of alcohol didn't really encourage me, you know, to drink more.
Well, Brett, hang out with my brother a lot more and you will be an alcoholic.
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
Hey, word on the street is you went to school. You're going to school right now, actually. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Is it true that you're going to school for animation?
Yeah. I am.
Tell me what's that like?
It's interesting. Like, there's just so many pathways you can take with it after like you're done. Like, I could go into like video games. I could go into movies like Toy Story, or like 2D animation with like SpongeBob, or you know, stuff like that. So like it's really cool, and I've always loved drawing. You know, I have an extremely creative like flair. Just anything I can really do, I'll do. You know, so it's rewarding just to like make stories and stuff like that.
Oh wow, that is really cool. I like that. So you guys write a lot of your own material. What is the process that you go through when you write a song?
So basically the first thing we do is me, Brian, and Vic, we all get in, so Brian has like his mom's basement, which is like our studio, but it's actually pretty decked out. It's got like the soundproof stuff, and it's got all that stuff because his dad's into, he actually is into like music production and stuff like that. So it's perfect for us, right? We don't have to rent out a studio. We can just do it down there. So we would just record our whole entire session, which is really, it's weird, but it really helps with making songs quicker, because we won't even notice subconsciously because we're kind of in the moment. But if we look back at the recording and there's like a riff we really liked that we played with, we could use that as like the main riff of a song. Or if we liked a certain way something sounded and we didn't even realize that we did that, like it's great to always look back and see what we did. From a lyrical standpoint, it's always different. Like it just depends on like what mood I'm in and what I want to write about, you know?
Right. You know, I don't know if you've noticed between my brother and I, my brother is more of an extrovert. I am more of an introvert.
Yeah.
You are the extrovert of the band. So what is that like, being the only extrovert and playing along with the others who are introverts?
Honestly, it's kind of weird sometimes, but like in a good way. I think there's certain moments where I realize, oh wait, like I'm the only extrovert in the group. Like our first live show, man, like I was really nervous, but I was like excited nervous. But I found a lot of like Brian and Vic, who are pretty introverted. Like they don't even have like social media or anything. Like they just like stick to their own thing, you know? They're very introverted. So I find when we were going out for our first show, they were like 10 times more nervous than me, right? And on top of that, like they wouldn't really tell me like, hey, I'm like freaking out. So I have to kind of read their body language and make sure everybody's okay and talk them through it and be like, hey man, like if you mess up a couple notes, like don't worry about it. Or if you mess up like the beat or whatever, man, like doesn't matter. Like we're fine, you know?
Right. Now that you guys are getting more known, you're getting a lot more fame now. How is that different for you? Do you find that people treat you differently?
Yes and no. It's weird. The people like who are my friends don't treat me differently at all. But like people, like if I go back to my hometown and I see them in like Walmart, act like 10 times different to me. Like they're like, oh hey man, like where before in high school they like wouldn't even like look at me, you know what I mean? So it is a bit different, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, personally for me, I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I deal with anxiety attacks. And anxiety has been like one of my major problems. Do you suffer from anxiety?
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like anxiety is something that a lot of people have, and I feel like people should. I feel like there's a bit of a stigma around anxiety and just mental illness in general, and I feel like hopefully through my music and stuff like that, I'm trying to communicate that like there shouldn't be a stigma. Like we all go through anxiety, whether it's constant or whether it's like once in a while, like for like an event or something, you know, like we all have anxiety. And anybody who doesn't is a robot, you know what I mean? So like, I think to be together with each other is better, you know?
You taking? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
You guys, hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry, I have to mute this. Sorry.
Look at the professional.
All right, you go ahead. What were you gonna ask? Sorry.
You taking any medication for anxiety?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it. I get it. My dog constantly is trying to get into my room, so. Yeah, no, I do take anxiety medication, and I think it's it shouldn't be something people are like ashamed of. I think, you know, just some people need that extra help, you know, to just fight through stuff.
Yeah, Jaime has witnessed my anxiety attacks. They can be very, very scary.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
and the thing about anxiety, I suffer from anxiety, and I fake it very well. And that's, I think, a problem for people who don't experience any types of anxiety, is because you learn to fake it. You fake it until you make it. Because they can't see it, they have no idea what's going on in your head and how bad you're feeling.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. I do that as well. Like I kind of put up a little mask of like, oh, I'm okay. Like usually through jokes, like usually through like humor. I try to portray that like I'm okay, but I'm really more anxious, or I'm sad or whatever, you know. It's just kind of a coping mechanism for sure.
Yeah. Y'all got it better, 10 times better than I got it. Because when I got anxiety attacks, there's nothing you can say or tell me that I don't care how many times I have them. In my mind, I'm about to die. And,
yeah, I mean, for sure.
I get chest. I'm talking. I get chest pressure. Like this is it. This is my heart attack. I get head pressure. It's like not a headache. You just get some type of pressure on your head, and it's like you can't tell me I'm not about to die. I'm making my way with the Lord at this point.
Yeah, it feels like your body is just shutting down. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because I remember one time I was in the movie theater seeing Captain Marvel, and I had my daughter with me, and I was looking up stuff about strokes. Like, am I having a stroke right now?
Yeah.
Like, is this happening? And I'm trying, like, no, you're just having an anxiety attack. Calm down.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't freak out because you got your 8-year-old daughter right next to you watching a superhero movie. But
yeah, dude, I've had the same kind of situation when I was on a date. Like, this girl was right beside me, and I was trying to keep it together, man. But like, I was having a panic attack, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's really tough when you try to keep your composure when that stuff's happening. Like, I completely get what you're saying. Like, and also, by the way, Captain Marvel, I love Marvel movies, man. Like, those movies are great. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Nice.
And if you didn't cry at Endgame, something wrong with you.
Yeah. Also, like Infinity War, I really liked how they mixed up the formula of just like they killed like everybody off, and then like, well, of course, in Endgame they brought people back, but you know.
I'm a private investigator, and I was in Andalusia, Alabama, working a case, and I got off the case. It came out on that Thursday, and I got off my case. I went to the hotel room, and I took a shower, and I went to the movie theater. And I'm telling you, I left that movie theater. I had to go buy a pack of cigarettes to get my nerves down. I mean, I was like, I need a pack of cigarettes. And then I went on YouTube and watched everything on, like, what just happened? Like, I don't understand. Like,
It kind of freaked me out too, because I was like, well, first off, or instantly when they like evaporated Spider-Man, I was like, okay, I don't think that those people are staying dead, because like
especially when you knew a Spider-Man movie's coming up, like.
Yeah, because we knew the second one was coming out right before.
Right, but
yeah.
That scene with Tony Stark when he got stabbed. First off, if you haven't seen Infinity War, you know what? I shouldn't have warned you about spoilers because you should have seen it by now. But
yeah, it's one of the top grossing films. So
yeah, that scene when he got Tony Stark got stabbed, and I thought he was about to die. I was like, don't kill off Tony Stark. Don't kill Iron Man. No, I don't want Iron Man to be the one that dies.
Yeah,
and
for
then
sure.
when he made it, I was like, yes, I knew they was going to kill Iron Man. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Y'all
those
see
are
how
good
that
movies, man. I love those movies. Great movies.
Let's talk about this new album you got out.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, it's coming out. I'm still working on it. Hopefully. But yeah, it's a new album. There's going to be 11 tracks on it. We're still trying to figure it out. It's kind of harder to make an album during COVID because, well, first off, my drummer Vic, his mom is like super protective about the COVID stuff. So he's just like he can barely make any of the sessions. He's been to 2 of the 10. So we're trying to work around his schedule and make sure he can come to the remaining ones. But yeah, no, we're just the new album is basically I just decided I'd make an album about like my childhood, like nostalgia and like stuff like that. So that's literally what the new album's about. It's just like a bunch of, it's not necessarily like the deepest lyrical content, but it's just like a feeling of like what it was like to be when I grew up, you know?
Well, Brett, I want to say that it's been a pleasure having you, but listen, people going to want to know how they can find you and how they can find your new music. Tell us, where can we find you? iTunes, Spotify?
So the Dirty Thirties are on all streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, even Amazon Music and like all that music. We're working on getting it even on like TikTok and like sites like that. So yeah, no, Spotify, Apple Music, all those places. If you just look up the Dirty Thirties, we should show up. Hopefully, I don't know.
Hey, listen, I heard some of your songs. You know, when it comes to new music, I'm kind of hesitant. I'm like, I'm new music doesn't do it for me. But man, I start listening to some of your tracks, and I gotta say, listen, if you haven't heard this band yet, you need to check them out because they're pretty good. And I don't look. I'm not saying this because you're on air. I'm saying this, y'all really need to check this band out. This band is #1. I mean, they're gonna really make it. And I can truly say that when they make it, I say, hey, they were on my YouTube page.
Well, I appreciate it, man. That means a lot.
So anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, well, the album, of course, December 14th is when it's going to come out. Is when we're planning on coming out. And if you want to just get like daily updates on like the band or just me, you can follow me at on Instagram at Brett the Drawing Man, which is my handle. But yeah, that's my plug. There you go.
There you go, Brett. Brett, I appreciate you coming on. Now, of course, we got that little podcast thing that Jaime does. Jaime, would you like to tell the people what you do?
Yes. I am the creator and the co-host of the Jungle Room podcast. You can find us on any platform that you listen to podcasts. We also have a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/The Jungle Room.
And once again, y'all like a Michael Jackson page or something?
And there you go, Brett. Now you know why so many people around my brother are alcoholics.
All right. I really appreciate you guys having me on. I mean, it means a lot. So thank you.
No, thank you, Brett. Man, I appreciate it. Everybody, you know the deal. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, subscribe because we got the best content. We got Rafael Lozada. We got the Sunday In View. We got the Marvin Constant Show. So check it out. Subscribe today. And Brett, you stay on the line. Everybody else, see you next Sunday.